round two, here we go. Captain K, Northern Roads Racing. Captain K with a total of 2138. Northern Roads Racing 2104. Northern Roads Racing moving on to the third round. All right, up next, Elevation Diecast, Team Isaiah, Blue Line Racing. Well, wouldn't you know it, another track record by Blue Line Racing. Ay, ay, ay. Elevation Team Isaiah with a total of 20.49. Blue Line Racing with a blistering 19.64. Blue Line Racing moving on to the next round. 9.68 is a crazy fast time. All the track records here have only been set by Blue Line Racing. I may have to change the name of the track to Blue Line Valley Raceway. Elevation Diecast, Dad's Race Team.
DXP Diecast Racing.
Elevation Diecast with a total time of 1994. DXP at a 20.78. Moving on to round three. Elevation Diecast, Dad's Race Team. Up next, Numbskull, starting lane 1, and Bavarian Diecast, lane 2. Numbskull ends up with a time of 19.56. Bavarian Diecast with a 21.50. The racer moving on to round 3, Numbskull. All right, continuing on with round 2. We're going to have Knobby Ridge, lane 1, against Chase Family Racing, lane 2. Knobby Ridge with a total time of 21.30, and Chase Family Racing with 20.82. Moving on to round 3, Chase Family Racing. All right, up next, lane 1, Variant Skunk Works. Lane 2, Scale Racing. Variant Skunk Works with a total of 21.17. Scale Racing Channel with a total of 20.81. The team moving on will be Scale Racing Channel. And yes, I am filming this in my bathroom at work because for some reason I did not film it at home. All right, next up, lane 1, Blue Line Racing against lane 2, Northern Roads Racing. Blue Line Racing with a total of 19.80. Northern Roads Racing at a 21.47. Moving on to the next round, Blue Line Racing. Last matchup of round 2, Knobby Ridge Raceway, lane 1. And we got Team DRT3K, lane 2. Knobby Ridge Raceway with a 21.57. DRT3K with a total of 20.77. Racer moving on to round 3. DRT3K. Oh, no. There we go. All right, so here's the matchups for round 3. We're going to have Northern Roads Racing versus Blue Line Racing. Elevation Diecast versus Numbskull. Chase Family Racing versus Scale Racing. And Blue Line Racing against Team DRT3K. All right, let's get it going. All right, leading off in round 3, the Flash from Northern Roads Racing, lane 1, and the Jaguar I-Pace from Blue Line Racing, lane 2. Blue Line Racing was wondering if his Jaguar was okay after crashing in lane 1. And based on a 9.63 track record setting time, I think it's doing okay. In fact, it's getting faster. Northern Roads Racing with a total time of 21.05. And Blue Line Racing with a pretty impressive and remarkable time of 18.58. Racer moving on to the next round, Blue Line Racing. All right, up next, Lane 1, elevation diecast, numbskull. In lane 2, this should be a terrific matchup. .984. Elevation diecast with a total of 19.85. Numbskull with a 20.64. Moving on to round 4. Elevation diecast with a time of 9.84. That's only one tick off from Blue Line's record 11 records ago. Not bad. Up next, we're going to have lane 1, Chase Family Racing. Lane 2, Scale Racing. Whew, that was a good race. Guys, believe me when I tell you, these cars are ripping down the track. All right, lanes have been swapped. All right, Chase Family Racing ended up with a 1998 Scale Racing Channel. 1991. Scale Racing Channel, moving on to the next round. That was a killer race. All right, last matchup of round 3. We've got Blue Line Racing and DRT 3K. Blue Line finishes up with a 19.83, DRT 3K, 20.95. Blue Line Racing moving on to the semifinals. All right, and here we go. Semifinal round. Blue Line Racing, lane 1, elevation diecast. Lane 2. .02. Woo! It's the first car to beat the Jaguar. But I get the feeling the Jaguar's about to punch back. Blue Line Racing with a total time of 1973. Elevation diecast at 20.09. Moving on to the finals. Who would have guessed it? Blue Line Racing. Semifinal number 2. We're going to Scale Racing Channel. Lane 1, Blue Line. Lane 2. Scale Racing channel with a total of 20.94. Blue Line with a 1983. The winner moving on to the final round to face Blue Line is Blue Line. All right, we have made it to the final race. Whew. Down to the two fastest cars here yesterday. Blue Line Racing's I-Pace and Mitsubishi Evo. Let's see if the Evo can beat the Jaguar. For the Evo takes that one. All right, we'll switch lanes. $10.02. That one goes to the Jaguar. Well, since these cars will probably battle back and forth, and Blue Line is the winner anyways, I'm just going to give each car one lap in the fast lane, see who gets the best time. .8. Bam. 976. Fastest car of the tournament will be the Jaguar. Placing first overall is going to be Blue Line's Jaguar, and second will be Blue Line's Mitsubishi Evo. Two very, very well-built cars. Really, really pushing the envelope as far as speed goes on this track. Without seeing it in person and holding these cars in person, it's hard to know just how solid and tight they are and just how fast and smooth they roll on the track. But for all those who haven't had the privilege to see these cars in person, just trust me when I say there's a reason these cars are in first and second place, and probably would be first and second place any tournament, anywhere, anytime. Nice job, Blue Line. And now I'll start working on the funny cars. And just real quick, I know it won't change the points much, or at all. It won't change the points, but I figured we should see Elevation and Scale Racing battle it out, since we didn't get to see that. Wow. And real quick, since he was second place, then he would have been third place. Let's just see them go at it. $10.13, $10.09. Better switch lanes. $10.09, the time to beat. Well, that settles it.